I'm going to do the arm leg opposition on ball. Patient's going to be kneel down behind the ball. They're going to put their chest on the ball. They're going to roll out to where their shoulders are over their hands, legs extended and toes on the ground. They're going to extend the right arm out, left leg back, and to make it more advanced, they're going to roll forward on the ball with their more towards their pelvis, and to make it less advanced and a little easier, you're going to roll up more on your chest. And you're going to do both sides.
One.
I'm going to do the arm leg opposition. Patient's going to start in the quadruped position. You're going to have your shoulders over your hands and your hips over your knees. You're going to extend the right arm out and left leg back. You don't want your leg too high or too low. Keeping the core tight. Slight extension in the neck. Come back neutral. We'll do it to the other side. Your left arm is going to go out. Right leg is going to go back. I'm going to do a bridge on ball. Patient's going to be on their back. Their heels on the ball. Going to extend the legs. Arms out to the side for stability. You're going to bring your hips up off the ground. Keeping the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in line. First progression is going to be hugging yourself. Second progression is going to be hands to the ceiling, hands together, keeping the scapulas off the ground. Third progression, hands back to the side, and you're going to extend one of your legs up while not bringing the heel past the toe. Keeping the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in line. We're going to do the other side. I'm going to be doing bridging. Patient's going to be on their back, arms to the side, knees bent, feet flat on the ground. You're going to bring your hips up, getting the shoulders, hips, knees in line. First progression is going to be hugging yourself. Second progression is going to be hands to the ceiling, hands together, lifting the scapulas up. Third progression is hands back to the side. And then you're going to lift one leg up, extend it out, but you want to keep the knees in line. Bring it to the other side. I'm going to be doing hamstring curl on ball. Patient is flat on the back, arms to the side. Their heels are going to be on the ball. They're going to lift the hips up. And then for the first progression, you're just going to bend the knees and hips for the hamstring curl. And the next progression, you're going to just bend the knees and keep the hips in line with the shoulders and knees. And make sure you keep your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles in line. I'm going to be doing the hamstring stretch. Patient's going to be standing. They're going to lift one leg up. And whenever you're stretching, you're going to lean forward while keeping your chest and chin up, toes towards your chest. And you're going to be hinging at the hip. And you don't want any flexion in the lumbar. Do both sides. Toes towards your chest. Hinge at the hips. No flexion in the spine. Chest and chin up. I'm going to be doing the hip flexor stretch. Left knee's on the ground, right foot's forward. We're going to have our chest and chin up, bringing our spine forward without flexing the spine. Taking those hips down. And to make another progression would be to rotate towards that front knee. And make sure your knee does not go past your toes. If so, put that foot out a little bit further. Now we're going to do a kneeling lat stretch with the ball and rotation. Patient's going to be on both knees. Going to be sitting back on your haunches. Make sure you put the ball on your fingertips, both hands on the ball. You're going to rotate to the right. While not rotating too far, it's going to affect that posterior capsule. You're going to hold this for a time. Rotate to the other side.
One.
I'm now going to be doing pike on ball. Patient's going to be putting the belly on the ball, hands out. You're going to walk out to where your shoulders are over your hands and your ankles are only on the ball. We're going to do 3 basic pikes, knees in. Now the progression is going to be that you only bend at the hips into a handstand. Then you're going to walk it back out. I'm now going to be doing the piriformis. Flat on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the ground. You're going to bring that right foot up to that left knee. You're going to put your hands behind that left thigh, bringing that left leg towards you, keeping your neck on the ground. Getting a good stretch in that piriformis. And what you don't want to do is grab the tibia, it'll hypoflex the knee, and we don't want to do that. So keep it behind the thigh. Plank position. You're going to start in the Sphinx position. Elbows are going to be underneath the shoulders. Elbows will be shoulder width apart. Forearms on the ground. Hands together in a preacher's position. And when you go into the plank, you're going to lift your hips up. And you're going to make sure your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles are in line. You're going to hold it for a certain amount of time. And the progression is that you're going to lift that either leg up 6 to 10 inches, but not going higher than the heel. Other side.
One.
I'm going to be doing the 80 adductor stretch. Patient's going to be sitting on the ball. Feet are going to be out wide. You're going to roll forward. Why not rolling the spine forward, keeping that straight. You're going to roll in front of the ball deep into that 80 adductors. Get a good stretch. Hands on the knees. And roll back out. Seated hamstring stretch. Patient's going to have left knee bent, right knee extended straight out. We're going to turn the shoulders to that right foot, and we're going to lean forward, keeping that spine in line, hinging at the hip, chest and chin up. Really stretching those hamstrings. Keep that spine neutral. Supine 80 adductor stretch. Patient's flat on their back, arms to the side, heels on the ball. You're going to roll the ball into you, pushing those knees out into a butterfly position, stretching the 80 adductors. Make sure you're pushing those knees out to the floor and roll the ball back out. Supine piriformis. Patient's flat on their back, arms to the side, heels are on the ball. You're going to bring that right foot up to that left knee. You're going to roll the ball towards you, keeping your back on the ground, stretching the piriformis. Roll back out. Supine trunk. Patient's flat on their back, arms to the side. You're going to have your hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees. Make sure the ball is touching your hamstrings and gastrocs. We're going to rotate to the right. You're going to find that barrier and hold it. Look to the left. You're going to hold it for time. Rotate to the other side. Find that barrier. Look to the right. Hold it for time. Tabletop on ball. Patient's going to be seated. They're going to roll out into a tabletop. Make sure you're in contact with your cervicals and the shoulders. You're going to have your shoulders, hips, and knees in line. Hands are going to be on your chest or your belly. We're going to hold that, keep that core tight. And the progression for this is that you're going to stay here and you're going to extend one of your legs out. Keep the knees in line. And roll back up. upper back posterior shoulder stretch. Patient is on their knees, sitting back on their haunches. You're going to roll the ball out to their fingertips, and you're going to bring your one arm underneath, flat on the ground, palm up. You're going to rotate the ball to the right. You're going to bring your other arm down, out, palm up, and rotate the ball to the left. Seated adductor stretch. Patient's going to be on the ball. They're going to extend their left leg out, straight, heel on the ground. You're going to extend the right leg out. Keep the heel on the ground. You're going to roll the ball to the knee that is bent, keeping the heel on the ground, really isolating that left adductor. Tabletop with rotation. Patient's going to be on the ball seated. They're going to roll out into a tabletop. Shoulders, hips, knees are going to be in line. You're going to extend the hands up, palms together. Then you're going to slowly rotate to one side. Work on control and stability while limiting rotation in the hips. Then after you get good control with it, you're going to go as fast as you can. Then you're going to roll back up.